Al Cunningham.
And I'm Derek Shipman.
We are here to tell you a little bit about the capital campaign repairs that we're proposing and to show you around the building and what needs to be done. This first illustration is our carpet in our sanctuary. It's wearing out, it's thinning. We have multiple stains that can no longer be taken out of the carpet. It's beyond that point, and it all needs to be removed. We can also point out the pine subflooring that's under our pews. It was installed in the 1800s as a subfloor, and the final, probably oak flooring, was never installed. So we've had this as our flooring since the sanctuary was built in the 1860s. That brings us to Old Fellowship Hall. This is the space directly under our sanctuary. We have kind of torn it apart for access to a 2018-2019 architectural study, and that's why it's in this shape now. Most of the ceiling tiles have been removed. They wanted access to the flooring joists. They also wanted access to this infamous beam that we've talked about over the years that is cracking. And the main issue in this area is the length of this oak beam. And there's actually 2 or 3 beams all supported by these pillars. We had to add one. The brown one that is down at the end there was an additional one that is to support a extra large crack in that beam. But this also needs to be addressed. The company that did the study said we should put steel plates alongside the beam, kind of like to sister it, to add strength to it, and then drill holes through it and put a steel plate on each side. And the joists that run off of that for the floor under our pews on each side of the sanctuary also need support. The run is just about 19 feet, I believe, and it's too long for the current load that it bears, so they're also suggesting sistering joists onto the old ones to give it a lot of extra support, so we lose that sponginess to the floor. We currently have a little bounce to our floor when we have concerts and lots of people upstairs, and it's not up to code at this point and needs to be addressed. The plan in our capital campaign is to renovate this space, to utilize it as probably some kind of a meeting room, possibly on that end that could be used for meetings and gatherings. And then this end towards the old kitchen would be converted into storage. We have limited storage in the building, even though we have lots of rooms and places down here. We don't have a lot of storage. And so this half at least would be converted into rooms, probably with partitions of just wood framing walls, and make this a storage area for the congregation, because there's a real lack of that. We now find ourselves on the outside stairs of the music wing. The railing has rusted, in need of attention. We've got a cracking at the main platform of the exit, and the real issue is around the corner here. We've got the entire top platform of this exit has cracked and is considered dangerous at this point. That's why we've got cones roping this area off and hopefully excluding people from going in and out. The stairs going down to the basement area of the music wing is probably showing the worst of the crack, and how it's just not a safe area at this point and needs to be repaired. In the back of the music wing, the back side, we've got painting that needs to be done here. This is the Hardy board, it's called. It's like a cement board that was installed 20 years ago when we did the chapel edition and the new Fellowship Hall edition. We also did this Hardy board, but as you can see from some of the cracks, we currently don't have weather intruding on the siding, but it's just a matter of time because we've got some cracking of the the gaps, and we also have the gaps in areas that are just much larger than they should be, and the weather will soon be getting in there. We also have some warping of the siding. All right, we're now in the parking lot of the church, the farthest area of the parking lot. We're here because we have blacktop issues that we're proposing need to be fixed. It's crumbling and is in bad need of repair. There's also issues around all of the round drainage caps, I think you call them. They're all sunken and also in need of repair, because this is where water will congregate, and eventually, as you can see by all the tar patching, is where you have problems, and all 6 of them in our parking lot are in need of repair. We are now in the basement area of the church, kind of in the PF area, and going down to the children's classrooms in the library. We just want to point out how dark it is in this area. The lights are on, and it's just kind of not a safe area. All right, we are now on the roof of the fellowship hall, looking at the old roof of the sanctuary. Fortunately, it has quite a sharp angle to it, and we don't currently have leaks, but we are calculating this roof to be probably 30 to 35 years plus old, and it may definitely need to be removed and new shingles put on. The steeple of the front of the church, I don't know if you can see it, but there are louvers that are in bad repair, and also the flashing and corner of the steeple itself are deteriorating and falling apart and in need of repair as well. Fortunately, one of the things that the church has been able to do since I last did a video in 2018 was to paint the sanctuary. It was in very poor shape, and they've also put this white rubber coating on the flat roof area of the church. All 4 of our rooftop units are in this back area of the church, and they are all 20 years old, and they're all in need of being replaced. The rooftop of the chapel and fellowship hall are also at this point 20 years old. They were constructed in 2004, and also that's about the end of a roof life, is 20 to 25 years, and we are at that point at this stage. We have video and pictures of the corners of our fellowship hall and also the chapel that are in need of repair and replacement. The current overhang of the church additions is not sufficient to protect the fascia and soffit of the buildings, and therefore that's led to our issues with the corners rotting and deteriorating, and hopefully that can be addressed when we put new roofing on both the fellowship hall and also the chapel.